You guys have watched my content long enough. I mean, do I look like a guy who's gonna blow sunshine up your ass? Huh? Do I look like a guy who's gonna tell you some bullshit that is just totally just make-believe fantasyland shit? Of course not. I mean, I blackpill you when I think that it's true, okay? But here, on this particular issue, I am telling you, you can get any girl. You can get any girl. Money, looks, they do not matter. You can get any girl. There are these guys, you know, kind of like, frankly, let's call them what they are. They're like defeatists. These guys will go on and say that the only way to get a girl, I mean, presumably a hot girl, is with money or looks or youth, right? I mean, I'm 50, right? And I sort of arrogantly say once in a while that I can get any girl that I want, which is true. But, you know, these guys will fling at me the fact that I'm 50 and say, no way, you can't get a hot girl. You know, no 22, 25-year-old wants to be with you. And, you know, well, you know, reality sort of like gives lie to that. But be that as it may, they have their opinion. And they insist on it, that you need money, you need looks, you need youth. And they insist on it to their dying breath. Now, these guys, these defeatists, I have no use for them, frankly. I mean, they're fucking morons, right? Well, that's not true. It's not that they're fucking morons. They're quite clever, many of them. But the thing is, see, they are trying to cover up the fact that they fail with women. And they fail with women, and so they ascribe it to things that they do not possess. Because presumably, if these men did have money or looks, they'd be able to get the women that they want, right? That seems sort of obvious, right? So what's going on with these defeatists? And there's a reason I'm talking about these guys first before I get into the main topic of this video. These defeatists, what's going through their heads? They're saying to themselves, you know, I'm a regular guy, I'm a pretty decent guy, you know, and I look over there at that rich guy, and what does he have that I do not have other than money? I mean, I'm probably smarter than that fuckstick, right? I'm better looking maybe even than that fuckstick, but he's got more money. And all the girls are flocking to him, not to me. So therefore, it must be the fact that he has money. That's what's getting him the girls. You see the thought process here? It's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting as a matter of fact. Because you see, they're confusing correlation with causation. See, they don't understand that the guy who's got money, who's attracting all these women are not going to him because of his money. His money is a byproduct of the thing that he's got, the reason that the women are flocking to him. Okay? Let me explain. See, how do you have money? How do you get money? It's a simple question. How do you get money? Well, unless you win the lottery, which is just happenstance and doesn't happen very often, you have to work very hard to get money. It doesn't matter what your line of work is. I mean, you could be a gangster or you could be a dentist. You know, whatever line of work you are in, to make money, you have to work very hard and you have to be lucky. Let's face facts. Because there are lots of people who work very hard and do not achieve much money in their career. Right? We see it all the time, and it's unfortunate, but that's the way things are. Now, you have to work very hard, and you have to succeed in order to get money, right? I mean, you can work hard and fail, so no money, but you have to work hard, and you succeed, and you get the money, right? But what's the other thing that you get when you succeed? Confidence. Confidence. You feel like a winner, right? You're doing some project, doesn't matter what it is. You're at a job, in a career, or you're doing some business or whatever, and you're working and working and working, and all of a sudden you achieve success, right? All of a sudden or gradually, doesn't matter how it happens, right? You achieve success, and so the money starts to roll in because you're succeeding, right? You're succeeding, so the money starts to roll in, so all of a sudden you see your wallet getting fatter and fatter, and this gives you confidence. You feel better about who you are because you feel to yourself, hey, after all this work, I am achieving my objectives. I'm succeeding, because that's what success is, achieving your objectives, right? So you feel very confident. And see, what happens is, I'd say, confidence oozes out of your pores. And it's that confidence that attracts women. That confidence that success brings you. Success in your work, for instance. You're succeeding at your work. You feel confident because of it. And of course, because you are succeeding at work, you're getting a lot of money. The confidence oozes out of your pores and women perceive it. And they flock to it. Of course they do. Because it's attractive to women because of evolution, because of biology. Because what happens is that, see, when a man is succeeding, he is, in a sense, controlling his environment. As he controls his environment, what happens is that the women want to be with him because they want to be with a man who's in control of his environment and can therefore protect her. Because what did I say in the previous video in this series? I said that women want two things. They want complicity, that is shared emotions, and safety and security. They want a man who can provide them with that feeling of safety and security. A man who is succeeding at his work, a man who is succeeding at his job, whatsoever that job may be, no matter how mundane or trivial, but if he is truly succeeding and he feels that, that confidence comes off of him and it attracts women. Because women want that feeling of safety that confidence gives a man. A man who is confident oozes the sense that he can control his environment and provide protection to everybody around him. For women, it's catnip. I mean, for women, it's just the most intoxicating thing in the world, you see? But these defeatists, what do they see? These defeatists, they see a man with money, the money brought because he is a success at his work. They see this man with money and all the women flocking towards him, right? And so they misidentify the reason that the women are going there. They think that they're all gold diggers, but they're not. In point of fact, relatively few of them are gold diggers. I actually did a video on gold diggers. You can find it right here. See, gold diggers, there aren't that many of them. They're noticeable. I mean, they're very noticeable. And if you happen to be a victim of one, you will remember her for the rest of your life, right? But the point is, see, most women are not gold diggers. And here's something else. Most women, even relatively damaged women, they will never want to be identified with being a gold digger. And sometimes the financial success of a man can sort of like make a woman uncomfortable because she will be so concerned with not appearing to be a gold digger that she might even shy away from such a man, even though she's very attracted to him, not because of his money, but because of that confidence that he is exuding, which is a product of his success in his work. You see what I mean? You can get any woman if you have this confidence. Because it's that confidence that women want. And so there are many ways to get this confidence. There are many relatively easy ways to get this confidence. For example, in the red pill world, on Reddit and such, there are a lot of people who say that you have to lift weights. Lift! They constantly, clamor and say that that's the way to go, right? Well, I think that is a fine thing to do, but see, in and of itself, lifting weights, doesn't do anything except make you more muscular, right? Which is of limited value in our society. What lifting weights actually does, which is the important bit, is that it makes you feel confident in your body, which is not quite on a par with being confident because you are successful at work. Being confident because you're a big, bulky guy with a lot of muscles, that's all good and fine, but such a guy, to a successful man, is little more than a bouncer, quite frankly, or potentially a bodyguard, nothing more. A paid employee. Being successful at work is much more important than being really muscular. But working out, lifting weights and such, provides the same thing, the same boost in confidence that can help you get women. You see? So If getting success at work or in your business is going to take a long time, or is going to be a long, drawn out and relatively tedious process, a quick fix to get that confidence is to work out. You work out for 90 days, which is nothing. You work out daily for 90 days, lifting weights and all the rest of it, then you're going to be really pumped up. Not only that, you're going to be exuding this physical confidence that hopefully will get women to be attracted to you. You see what I mean? So it's not the issue of money, or it's not the issue of how much weight you can bench press or whatever the fuck. That's not it at all. It's the confidence. Now, there are lots of assholes, I mean real dirtbags, who naturally exude this confidence even though they have nothing to be confident about, right? You know, they're failures at work. They've achieved absolutely nothing with their lives, but, you know, in their deluded way, they walk around thinking that they're like, you know, this wonderful peacock, you know, and they like act as if they own the world, right? And it's kind of funny when you know who they actually are, but these guys a lot of times fool women. They fool women into thinking that they're a big deal when they're not, when they're just some bum off the street, right? Yeah, it happens all the time. I mean, you see it all the time. How many times have you seen some guy who's just a fucking loser and he has the most gorgeous piece of ass on his arm, and the woman is practically his fucking slave. He treats her like dirt, you know, and he's a zero. He's not even good looking. He's not good looking. He's got no job, no prospects, no nothing. He's a big fat fucking zero, and he's got this gorgeous piece of ass on his arm. How the hell did that happen? Well, now you know. See? You know, Dunning-Kruger, see? Those guys are all over the place. Those guys exude confidence, you know, misplaced confidence, but confidence nevertheless, and women respond to it. See? So what you have to do in order to get any woman that you want is to build your confidence. And how do you build up your confidence? Well, quite frankly, and the most long-lasting and successful way to build your confidence is by way of your work. There are quick fixes. Quick fixes, be it, you know, like lifting weights, for example, you know. Some weirdos go so far as to do like plastic surgery and shit like that. Other people go with clothes, you know, nice clothes, very sharp dressers, and they feel confident because of it. Whatever is necessary, short term, you know, clothes, working out, this, that, the other, doesn't matter. Long term, I mean, like deep-seated, like in your belly, you know, like a confidence that will never leave you, that is success. I mean, real success, professional success. The success of your peers, and not even your peers really, you yourself knowing that you are a success, you yourself feeling that you have achieved or are in the process of achieving the big goals in your life. That provides a measure of confidence that is, frankly, intoxicating to most women. That's why a lot of guys who are in their 40s and 50s, who have their careers more or less settled, who are, insofar as the money situation are concerned, they pretty much have it in hand. Those guys are the most successful insofar as women are concerned. Yeah, because they exude this confidence that I'm speaking of, okay? And this confidence, I cannot emphasize this enough. What women crave is not the money. That's ridiculous. It's that feeling that the confidence exhibited by the man can translate into a feeling of safety and security for the woman. And then she will feel to herself that this man, who is so confident, can provide her safety and security so she can have children. Because we are animals. Remember that. Never forget that. We are animals. And the driving motivation of women, insofar as having children, is providing for their safety and security. Because, as everybody knows, a child is helpless at birth. A child is helpless until the age of 12 at the earliest. Okay, at the very earliest, right? Other species, other mammals, right? The infant can walk right away. Like, think of, I don't know, horses, for instance. They can walk right away. A human child takes, what, a year and a half, 2 years to start walking, right? And insofar as being able to fend for themselves, you know, a horse can pretty much fend for itself, you know, after a year or so. A child, 12 years minimum. right? See, that's the reality of the human animal. And so because of it, women are always going to be focused, whether they realize it or not, on finding a man who can provide them safety and security. They will gravitate to that man as surely as iron filings to a magnet. The man who can do that, who can provide for them safety and security, he'll get every girl, every time. See what I mean? Now, there are a lot of men who actually do have the money and the confidence and all the rest of it to attract women, but they fail to get the women. Now, that has nothing to do with their success and their level of confidence. That has to do with they simply don't know how to deal with women. They got to learn how to do it. And a lot of these guys, they get butthurt because they are successful, say, in their work, and they are unsuccessful with women, and so it sort of like gnaws at their sense of self-worth. And so they decide that they're not going to pursue women, that they are going to go their own way or ignore women or just look at them like objects, like things to be bought and sold. And frankly, I think that kind of attitude is unhealthy for the man. You know, let forget about the morality of a man acting that way and treating other people, women in this case, in that way, which I think is low, quite frankly. But think of it in terms of how the man will live because of it. He'll live full of bitterness, and all of his achievements and successes will be sort of like hollow and kind of stupid. See? So those men, basically, they are unwilling to risk it and go out there and take their lumps and learn how to deal with women and how to get the women that they want. Okay? Don't be like that. Don't be so foolish. Don't allow your ego to get in the way. Every guy who is successful with girls has to make a fool of himself on a number of occasions, on dozens of occasions. Just make a complete and utter ass of himself and feel humiliated countless times. It's part of the process. It's part of the learning curve. And if you can't handle it, well, then you're going to be alone. Okay? I mean, it's as simple as that. And if you want to be alone, that's one thing. If you rationalize the fact that you're alone, that's very different. Rationalizing why you're alone is basically admitting that, well, you know, I didn't know how to get women, and so now I'm just blaming it all on women and saying that they're all whores and gold diggers in order to explain away to myself the fact that I failed at getting women. You see? And do you want to be that guy? I hope not, okay? Because that guy is fucking sad, if you ask me, all right? Anyway, so money is not how you're going to get girls. It's confidence. Now, what about looks? Okay, a lot of guys say that you have to be good looking to get the hot women. No, that's not the case. With girls, yes. With young girls, high school girls or younger, okay? Yeah, girls that age, they are attracted to pretty boys, okay? And look at who they admire, you know? They admire, I don't know, Justin Bieber or whoever is the boy singer that girls like today. When my time, it was David Cassidy, right? David Cassidy and Peter Frampton. Or Peter Frampton was a little bit before my time. It doesn't fucking matter. The point I'm trying to make is that, see, girls, when they're in junior high school, they like pretty boys, right? And if you're not very attractive in high school, you're pretty much fucked. Unless you have an incredibly strong personality and you're really good with girls because you've practiced and gotten good at it, your life in high school is going to be pretty miserable insofar as girls, because girls aren't going to be looking at you if you're not pretty. They're going to be looking at the pretty boys. But notice, see, those pretty boys, after high school, they have a pretty miserable time with women, right? Because, see, it's not that looks fade insofar as guys are concerned. No, what happens is, see, girls, when they're in high school, they focus on a boy's looks. But when they get out of high school, 18, 20, and definitely by age 22, they start paying attention to other things that are more important. You know, like naturally, they will start to gravitate towards men who are confident, irrespective of their looks. They won't even notice if he's good looking or not. And they themselves, these women, they won't even realize that they are doing this. They won't even realize that they are no longer paying attention to the pretty boys, and they are focused instead on these guys with gravitas, with presence, these guys who have confidence. They're going to be focused on them. In college, a lot of times, it's guys who do sports, right? Because to be successful at sports, You have to work out a lot. You have to practice. It takes a lot of discipline and effort to get good at sports, at the college level at any rate, right? And so what happens is that these guys, it's not that they're attractive, it's that they have that confidence I was talking about, the confidence of real success. And so that confidence draws the women towards them, the college girls. And that's the age I'm talking about at this point, right? After college, it's going to be the guys who are professionally successful. A girl who's 24, fresh out of college, right? She's, in New York in some assistant job or whatever the fuck, right? Some 40-year-old guy, 50-year-old guy, maybe even older, who's got his shit well organized. She'll be staring at the guy like a dog staring at a beefsteak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because a 24-year-old young woman, scared, alone in the city, what is she going to be craving? A guy who's got his shit together and who can provide her with safety and security. That's what she's going to be focused on. That's what she's going to be attracted to. And she can say all she wants. She can go blah, 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 I like this, I like that, I like a good conversation. Fuck that noise. It's just noise, What she really wants is that safety and security, okay? So your job, in order to satisfy that, is to provide her with that confidence, provide her with that safety and security. You provide a woman with that sense that you are in control of your environment and that you can provide her with safety and security, and you can get her every time. And I don't care how attractive she is. I don't care about anything at all. You will get her. Like I said, the immature girls who are still stuck in that junior high school phase of just liking pretty boys, them, that might be tougher because, their hormones haven't kicked in, they haven't matured enough. And shit, there are women in their fucking 40s and 50s who never mature and only look at, how attractive a guy is. But for the most part, a girl, it's really like around 20. I've noticed that they hit between 18 and 20. And all of a sudden, the Justin Biebers, the David Cassidys, and whomever that they used to adore and have their posters up on their walls, right? They sort of they're like, ew, I don't like that anymore. I like this. And they focus on guys who are more, quite frankly, manly, just more presence, who can provide that safety and security. They focus on him and they want him, okay? Look at George Clooney. He's a movie actor. I have no idea what he is as a real man, but just look at him and look at the aura he projects, right? Women between the ages of 18 and 70 adore him, and they like him. Yeah. They look at him like they're dogs and he's a beefsteak. Yeah? Yeah. Because he provides that aura, okay? Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. That is what he's projecting out into the world. That's what these women are responding to, and they like it. That's why the guy is popular, see? You have to understand what's going on. It's that confidence. That's why there was this video I did that MGTOW should only be for a part of your life. You can find it right here. I got a lot of shit from MGTOW, but it doesn't matter. The point I'm trying to make in that video is absolutely true, because see, a lot of times when you're not successful, and you're not good looking, right? You're not successful because you're young and you got a lot of shit to do, organize your life, right? The smart thing to do is sort of like ignore women. I mean, I personally, if I had to do it over again, I would have ignored women during my 20s until my early mid-30s. I would have just ignored them and focused more on my career, more on making money, more on making better decisions. I made a lot of good decisions, but I made a lot of bad decisions. And a lot of these bad decisions were made because I wasn't really thinking properly. I was too concerned with other shit, women, right? But be that as it may, if you focus on your career and you focus on your work, you will naturally grow into this confidence as you succeed in your career and your work. And as you succeed, as you grow into this confidence, you will get the girls that you want, okay? So don't worry about making $1 million before the age of 30. Don't worry that you're not the handsomest guy in the world. Don't worry about anything that a lot of these defeatists talk about. They talk about things and they shit all over you because they shit all over me, okay? And they'll shit all over you and say you can never get the hot woman, and you just have to ignore them and know for a fact that you can. I mean, fuck it, look, you guys have watched my content long enough. I mean, do I look like a guy who's gonna blow sunshine up your ass, huh? Do I look like a guy who's gonna tell you some bullshit that is just totally just make-believe fantasyland shit? Of course not. I mean, I blackpill you when I think that it's true, okay? But here, on this particular issue, I am telling you, you can get any woman you want, period.